Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're back over on the test account, and finally we got the patch notes that were up. I've been looking for them all morning long. We knew the release of a new Highborn Draconic hero was coming. We also seen a sneak over on Facebook, as well as a sneak peek that we'll look at just over on Reddit. So let's run through these patch notes and see exactly what it looks like. So this is the new Draconic hero, the Burning Dreams. Now this is a Highborn Draconic hero. It does have the ability, and it's interesting because it doesn't say Highborn Draconic, but overall it does have the dragon roll in there. So I'm assuming intelligence-based mage. So we just seen this with the awakened version of Folk. So we have another intelligence-based mage, and it seems like it is going to be a very heavy damage dealing, transforming enemies into a flaming effigy, limiting their combat effectiveness while continuously inflicting dragon speak damage. She is continuous damage dealing and health loss. Now there, of course, is going to be the timed event that is coming around it, as well as the bountiful trials with this hero. Make sure you complete them because you do get that that card out of there to get a free elite Draconic hero. You want to make sure. Now there is a Draconic gift. We have seen this before, and when a new Draconic hero comes, we usually get about 100 Draconic insignias, which is awesome. So anyone past 16-1 can claim 50 Draconic insignias. You also do get discounted Draconic summons out of here. Very, very important. Now, when it comes to Draconic insignias, it takes roughly 600 to 700 insignias, which is still a very, very lot to actually build these new heroes, even with the discounted ones. And then when you start thinking about bigger picture, even when you add a star to get that engraving on there, unfortunately, you cannot use them in the Stargazer. You continue and really do have to use them to use all these Draconic insignias and just continue the summons in there till you get another 3 copies. Now, there is also a themed event with the signing gift. I like this because this is also going to yield us a lot more. And as we can see right there, diamonds, Draconic insignias, and Stargazer scrolls. Absolutely. We also get the parchment as well. This usually gives either 10 or 12 Draconic insignias. So a little bit more bonus in there. And of course, to add to this, we do get the themed event, the Voyage of Wonders, that we're looking at. Ever since the Storm-written flight trial, she's been unable to return to the Dream Realm. Now, looking at kind of the backstory, this is the sister of Hildwyn. Hildwyn, if you remember, he was the one that we got a free release, used in a lot of, still used in quite a bit of content, but this is his sister, and it is a damage dealing sister. Tried every method that she could, none of them have worked. Even now, she knew she wasn't a hallucination, felt more like a rift leading to other timelines, which we've seen between Orthos and Zolrath for quite a bit. So they are kind of weaving all of these stories together, which I definitely love to see, especially because they're able to give us a lot more kind of backstory in some of these heroes as it plays together, as well as the development. Now you can also see right here the Dreamcatcher Etheria turned to Valfura, which we know super effective hero. Asking her to recreate the old magical tool with it. She's hoping to return back to that dream realm. Very cool backdrop with the story in here. Now the city revamp winter has arrived, both Ranhorn and the Dark Forest. We have seen this every single year. Lyrical Exploration and the Mystical Star Zone. Now, Lyrical Exploration, make sure you save up some of your summons in here. That's where a lot of players seem to fall a little bit short, is making sure you do get all of those regular faction heroes with those common scrolls, with all of the stones out of there, and building them up in the entirety. Mystic Star Zone, I know we've only had one since I released the free-to-play account. This is very good to log into. Probably, I mean, a couple different times, because you have to take 2 hours of resources over a 3-day period, so it's pretty quick. Make sure you are in a guild. We stress this a lot when it comes to being in active guilds. It is a game changer within AFK Arena. Even looking at the Spire contest that we just completed and other game modes, being in an active guild really does make a big, big difference. So seeking out and making sure that the people in your guild are active, or if you're a guild leader, actively managing them, making sure you have players that are going to actually dominate or really play within these game modes. Now, updated the Crossroads of Time collection in the library. So added a new dialogue between Orthos and Zolrath, like we just kind of talked about. Added a new observation log for Selene. So we are getting, again, some free diamonds out of there. King's Tower gets its usual update, so adding another 50 floors on there. Also within all of the faction towers, we're seeing the increase in there, as well as the Celestial Sanctum and the Infernal Fortress. Nightmare Corridor update. Nightweaver is replaced with Soulweaver. New Misty Valley season. This, again, is on repeat. I wish there was a point where there are so many events we're doing on repeat on a regular basis. We need improvements, and we've talked about this for a considerable amount of time. really updating one or two things kind of on the overarching big things that we're looking for. And for me personally, it's arcane staffs giving us a little bit easier to get arcane staffs within AFK Arena. If you're free to play, unfortunately for collections, you're pretty locked out of getting a lot of those legendary bizarre totems. It's kind of crazy that we haven't seen an update, and also giving us access to some of the draconic heroes or the highborn draconic heroes just kind of at a faster pace. Even looking on my YouTube account that we've seen, I did not have the opportunity to build Skyland. We didn't build Matria, or we didn't build Halia, not Matria. We didn't build Halia. We didn't build Kalon. All of those, unfortunately, we do not generate enough Draconic Insignias to build. And even at this point, most of them are already kind of in the rear view that we're not even going to build. Now, hero adjustments to Sirius. Yeah, brought him up to HD. I don't know why no one uses them. Alero, Titus, again, these are ones that are so far in the past, possibly used maybe in a tower, but anywhere we're seeing those heroes, unfortunately, they're not going to be used. Again, I would like to see some updates to kind of the core system. Even thinking of campaign progression, giving us heroes that were released 6 years ago, again, really doesn't make a lot of sense. We need to get some more updates, more current, more up to date. Actually having the effectiveness of some of these heroes for newer players in AFK Arena, I think it would really make a big difference with some of the changes that we could definitely see. But guys, that is going to do it for the video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about another highborn draconic hero. And again, looking at the Draconic forum, looking at a couple things over on Facebook, very interesting to see how this hero is at continuous damage. Again, we have a mage hero that is going to be joining us, so we know, and overall going to have to build and really get her ready for a strong erosion set, because looking at the skills and abilities, it seems like that's exactly what she's going to use. All right, guys, so that's going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, and as always, thank you guys for watching.